I want to share with you a quick thought from God's Word from Exodus chapter 3, verse 5. And I'll title this, Come into God's House. Here's what we read. Then he said, Do not draw near this place. Take your sandals off your feet, for the place where you stand is holy ground. Now, Moses was raised in a royal family, and he was groomed for national leadership. At the same time, he had a sense of God's call and destiny for his life. After a futile attempt to fulfill that destiny in his own strength and wisdom, Moses ran for his life, and he ended up tending someone else's sheep on the backside of some of the most desolate wilderness you'll find anywhere. After 40 years, God got Moses' attention with a bush that burned, yet was not consumed. Once God had the attention of Moses, he told Moses to do two things. First, God told Moses to keep a distance. Do not draw near this place, is what it says in the verse. In the original language, that phrase, do not draw near, literally has the sense of stop coming closer. You see, Moses was on his way for an up-close examination of this burning bush when God stopped him short. Now, why did God tell him stop coming closer? Because this was a holy place. Because God is a holy God, there will always be a distance between God and man. Even if a man could be perfect, he would never be equal to God. God isn't just a perfect man or a superman. God is God. Second, God told Moses to show a reverence for God's presence. He told him, take your sandals off your feet. The ground was holy because God's immediate presence was there. But why did God tell Moses to take off his sandals? First, removing the sandals showed an appropriate humility. After all, the poorest and most needy people have no shoes, and servants in that time usually went barefoot. It was a way for Moses to humble himself before the Lord. Second, taking the sandals off also recognized the immediate presence of God. If you've traveled very much, you know that in many parts of the world, it's good manners to take off your shoes when you come into someone's house. Because the Lord had demonstrated his unique presence at that burning bush, now Moses was in God's house. Taking off the shoes was both an expression of humility and an invitation for fellowship in God's house. The two of those are always connected. When we humble ourselves before God, we can and we will draw closer to him. James chapter 4, verse 6 says this, God resists the proud, but gives grace to the humble. This is a surefire way to draw closer to God. Make him bigger in your eyes and make yourself smaller. Take off your shoes in his presence and find a way to do it today.